with gold gems even. Okay, so things in here. We've got Torgar, who sets a life total to 10. We've got Yargle, the Glutton of Ereborg, who trades for 3/1s all day long. We've got Gideon's Reproach as a decent little quasi-removal. Not quite removal, it requires combat, but it's still decent. Thallid Omnivore is decent, and the Cloud Raider Sphinx is decent. Yeah, Yargle seems to be like the #1 Magic the Gathering player meme. I don't quite understand why, but feel free to riot. There's plenty of room in the channel. You can riot a little bit. When you get out of hand, the mods will probably tase you, have you castrated, and have your balls removed so that you probably won't riot again. But, you know, you could get it once, get it out of your system. So that really leaves between Sphinx and Yargle for me, or Yargle, between Sphinx and Torgar here. Either of those would probably be okay. I think the Sphinx is a little bit more reliable of a play. I think the Sphinx is a little bit better card. The flyers are really strong in this format. Blue's pretty damn good in this format. The scrying effect's great. So, what if you're a woman? They'll take your ovaries and then put you on some sort of low testosterone, high estrogen style supplement. All right, let's grab the Sphinx, I think. Goblin, Chain Whirler, Triumph of Gerard, Byard. I don't know how to say his fucking name. He's worth to talk about too. All right, everything in this second tier is pretty garbage. The Dub's okay. Healing Grace is pretty garbage. So it's really between Gideon's Reproach, Bard, who's kind of an okay 2/4, but nothing amazing, Triumph of Gerard, and the Goblin Chain Whirler. Chain Whirler is kind of an all-red commitment. This has been first pick. Maybe we could do something with it, but he loses a lot of power without... I mean, he's decent versus tokens for sure. His very powerful 3/3 for 3, First Strike, and Battle Cry effect is really good. But 3 red is really hard to do unless you're going monocolor. So I'm going to take the Triumph and be just fine about it. I think it's slightly better than the Gideon's Reproach. So we'll grab this. On Sarah's Wings is nuts. So I'm going to take that. Flying, Legendary, Vigilance, and Lifelink is absolutely insane. We'll grab that and be pretty happy about it. There's probably other cards to talk about there, but like I just did a quick glance at the power and nothing was like quite that power level. It is an aura is the downside, so you guys can get you 2-for-1 versus removal. But maybe we'll grab some fucking cold water snappers and get the work doing. It's funny, I'm actually considering the snapper here. There'll probably be other chances at snappers. We're probably going to speculate on a color here. The Acolyte is a reasonable 3/2 flyer for 5. The Adept is quite good if we end up on blue, if we end up with Wizards. But I don't think there are white Wizards. I think there's red Wizards, blue Wizards, and black Wizards. I don't think there's white Wizards. And I'm pretty sure with these two cards we're going white. Yep, Wings on a Turtle would be good for sure. So it could be Snapper. Could be the Disciple. I don't really like Disciple. It could be speculating on the Acolyte. We could try to force the blue-white synergy right now. Sapperling Migration is fine too. All right, let's grab the Snapper. We've got on Sarah's Wings. We could pick up a dub. We could do a remake of Sir Turtle deck from yesterday. I don't want a second Snapper this quickly. I will grab... it's funny because Chronicler would have been a second red pick to support our other one. And we could have ended up not blue. Could have ended up as white-red, which would have been fine too. A lot of removal in white-red. Still end up that way. I'm going to grab the Chronicler and think about Call the Cav in a little bit. Or I could grab Call the Cav now. I think we're going to end up forcing white-red off this, or white-blue off of our picks. I'll take Call the Cav. It's okay. 2/2 chump blockers are fine. These are unexciting to me. Poet has synergy with Triumph and Sarah's Wings. Sentinel of the Pearl Trident's pretty bad. Does have, I guess, a really minor synergy with Triumph. I think I'd rather the Poet over the 3/3 splash creature. Opt is not an auto pick for me. More Wizards. Could run a Syncopate. Could run a Befuddle. Neither are terrible. I don't love either. I'm going to restart the client. There's a lot of electricity going on. It's bothering me. Back in a second. It's like bugged making a sparking noise, and I don't want a sparking noise right now. which is nice, but I'm probably not playing black at this point, so it's a little bit harder to get excited about it. I don't like Syncopate, but I might pick it up. It's like a really bad Essence Scatter in this format. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess occasionally it'll catch non-creature spells, but... Alright, let's continue our draft. Probably better than a Befuddle. I mean, this does cycle and maybe gets you 2 for 1 with the cycle plus the block. Is it better than a Syncopate? I haven't played enough Befuddles to know. We'll grab it. Dub in this deck is fine. More wizards. Seem to be red wizards open. Navigator's Compass versus black cards we're not playing. I'll take the Compass for some really bad mana fixing that we're not going to play. I'll take the Artificer. Take the Soul Salvage for a value game that we're probably not playing. Take the 2/2 Combat Trick and be pretty happy about it. I have no artifacts that I care about yet for Excavation Elephant, but I really don't want a 1/1 flyer. This card has been bad every time I played it. The First Strike is nice if you have Mass First Strike. Let's take the Elephant. The Elephant's going to come around again. I'll take the 1/1 Disciple. And we might get another Elephant later in the pack if we have an artifact to synergize with it. Neither of these cards are playable. Sure, we'll put the Abomination in. Holy shit. In our colors, too. This card is probably the best Planeswalker we could get. Yeah, I'm going to take the Planeswalker.
This isn't a fight you can win.
Seems reasonable. Moral to Genius is really good, as is Mesa Unicorn. Be nice to have some 2-drops so we don't lose the game before I can cast my incredible bombs. Memorial to Genius is more value, but it's a lot of value. We got a lot of packs left for creatures. Let's grab Memorial to Genius and keep being greedy. Okay, a 1/3 blocker seems fine. The rest of this is pretty junk. The 2/1 blockers may be okay as well. I think I prefer the 1/3 at the moment. Let's take the 1/3. Take the 2/2 flyer for 3. That sometimes is a 4/4 flyer. It's pretty damn good. The other options are the 2/2 for 2 or the Wizard's Retort, which I'm not particularly excited about. Let's take the Academy Drake. It's a very solid flyer. Slim Voda. Slim Voda, what are we doing? We want an 8/8 for 8. Who, if you pay 10, does something? I don't think so. I'm okay with an Arcanist. It has limited synergy with our deck. I think we have 1 instant, 1 sorcery we can play with it right now. 2, I guess, if you count the Will, which I probably don't. Could do a second Call to Cav. I don't mind some more chump blockers. Arcanist is okay, but I think Call the Cab is better here. I thought it was another Teferi. What does Oath of Terror do? What do you guys think? Should we draft it so we can tap him twice? I don't think so. I think we'll take a 3/3 blocker for 4. A second Snapper for a win condition? You bet. A 3rd Snapper? Too much snapping. I think we're going to go either the Wall or the 5/5 for 6. Probably don't want the 5/5 for 6 here. Don't really want a Wall. It's a big Wall, though. I think I'll take Wall over 3rd Turtle. Scholar versus Dub. I do love me some First Strike, but another 3-drop's pretty impressive right about now. Take a 3-drop over the Dub. Flight, Compass, Flame. Take the Flight. We're not playing either. None of these are playable. It's a rare. I don't have it. Let's take it. Take the 1, but we're not playing it. Take the Slim Voda. We're also not playing it. Probably. And we'll take the trick that we're not playing. All right. More bombs in our colors. Sure. We'll take a 4/4 lifelink that we can buff. And at some point, we can just, if we have high life, we can swap our life total for her total to make her huge and then heal ourselves. So I think this is going to be Evra Halkan Witness. Sure. Blink of an eye as quasi removal. We are missing some removal right now. So I'm going to take that. Dub is okay. I don't have red for the caretaker. Short sword's okay, but I think the blink of an eye is fine. Gideon's is really welcome here. We're just complaining about removal. Let's pick that up. Another Memorial to Genius, or Divination, or Trapper, or Sergeant at Arms. What a pack. Pretty damn low on creatures right now. I think this is probably the Sergeant at Arms. Prefer 2/3 to a 3/2. We're looking to be defensive until we get bombs out. I already have 1 Memorial to Genius. I think they're good, but I don't know if they're good enough to play 2 right now. Let's grab the Sergeant. Healing Grace, Vicious Offering. That's a very late Vicious Offering. Second Servant. Don't love the servants. Second Slim Voda. Don't love the Slim Vodas. Healing Grace as a combat trick. Take the 1/3. It's close. This is nice. Take a better 1/3. We have 2 Call the Cavalries. This is relevant. It's sometimes mana for us. Sphinx or Honor Guard. Sphinx would be a welcome way to win. Take the second Sphinx. 10,000th Coldwater Snapper. Or an Unwind or an Opt. I'm not playing 3 Snappers in this deck. There's just no way. So I'll take an Opt. Probably. Counterspells are a little bit better with Teferi's. Not a lot better. Take an Opt, but I'm probably not playing it. We have to have a legendary creature out, and that's a 7 mana cost in colors we don't have. I don't think that's worth picking up at all. These aren't in our colors. We can't play them. I'm not really playing Abominations. I'll take the uncommon. Take a dub and probably not play it. Take a Divest. Take an Honor Guard as a 2/2. It seems great. Frenzied Rage and not playing it. Vigor, not playing it. Okay. I need to be careful. I tend to overestimate the strength of decks that have bombs in them. What are we on the number of cards we're playing at the moment? 46 playable. So we got to cut a little bit. 45 playables, excuse me. High end is fine. I have not played Eternal. Dub's pretty good on our early blockers. I'm not very excited about this wall. I think I have other 4-drop blockers. I'm not very excited about this bird. Not overly excited about 2 servants. I think we'll drop one of them. And an Opt probably. Puts us at 40. Curve is okay. How's the creature count? 13's a little low. We have some bombs though. We've got Sphinxes to dub. We got Snappers to dub. Or Sarah's wings them. We've got some early shit that we can make fly and do stuff with, maybe. We'd like to draw Sarah's wings late. We've got a little recursion for both the Triumph and the Sarah's wings. Got a Planeswalker. Our biggest issue is we have no removal right now. We've got a Reproach and a Blink of the Eye. We got offered no deep freezes. Yeah. So we're in a bit of trouble if a creature comes down that we can't handle. So, okay, so I think this is fine. Let's take a look at the color. The color says they're midway through with 8 and 9 rather. I think we need a little bit more white early. No, it's almost exactly split. I think that's fine. Is it a 41 card deck? Oh, it is 41. Thanks. I guess I have one more card to cut then. Combat tricks are quasi-removal when you have no removal. Not very excited about the Hammered Explorer, but I'm also not very excited about another creature. It probably should be a dub here. I don't really want to cut a dub. Syncopate, dub, Tragic Poet. Urge me to run Opt over Poet. I consider myself urged. Urge denied. You gotta cut those urges back. Put the willpower out. Cut Poet, maybe. Recurring the Sarah's Wings is a win condition. Sarah's Wings is a win condition though. I think I'll cut the Poet. I think that's fine. All right. You'd rather run Flight over Dub. Everyone keeps telling me that. Yesterday I just played a 7-win deck with that decision. The decision is not because of the Flight. The Flight is fine. Flight on a turtle is better than Dub on a turtle. No one's denying that. What's better is the Dub on creatures earlier, particularly Scholars and Sergeant at Arms, to stall the board so we can play our late game. That's why Dub is better than Arcane Flight here. Arcane Flight 1/1 it does not enough. 2/2 and a first strike on a ground blocker is like a fucking immovable object for a lot of decks for a very significant portion of time. That's why I run the Dubs over the Arcane Flights. So yes, if I had the option every time I played a turtle, if I'd rather dub it or flight it, I'd flight it every single time. Why not cut Triumph? Because Triumph has a lot of value. All right. This is good. All right, chat, you guys can be done second guessing my deck. We'll move it around if need be. We need to name it. We need to get an image in here. I don't think it's Teferi. I don't think Teferi is the image here. I think Sarah's Wings is a maybe. Dub? Sure. And who are we dubbing? I dubbed the Sir Turtle. Sir Turtle's back. All right. Looks good. I dubbed the Sir Turtle. And just for my my miners, I think I'm going to move something just very slightly. Up. Let's go up. Okay. All right. You guys predicting 7 wins on this? I think I might be.